Hello there, this is Patricia from Pinky's World, and tonight this will be my project. I know it looks like nothing at all, but it is actually a little card holder for playing cards. I made it for the grandchildren who, when they're playing games, the wee hands can manage some cards. Sometimes it just gets all too much, so I thought a wee card holder would be great, and they'll be able to put their cards in the 3 layers. You can get 3 cards into each section, and there's 3 sections, so they'll be able to sort their cards out, jokers, be able to sort their cards out well without panicking, and this wee yoke will hold it perfectly for them. It stands up on the table so it's angled towards them, and nobody else can see their cards, you're not seeing it from the back. And hopefully it'll help their wee hands, and I'll just keep it handy for when they're staying around. They're actually just away there now, so I tried it out on them, and they thought it was great. Yes, so 3 and 3, 6 and 3 is 9 there at least, and I'd say you could squeeze another couple in if you had to. So I thought I'd share it with you. It's a great wee thing. You can actually leave it opened if you don't want to go to the bother of sealing it up, and if you want to be able to store it flat out of the way if they're not playing with them all the time. Or you can actually just glue this to your bottom piece and give it a good firm support. But I mean, if you took it in that way, it sits anyway, and it held all those cards without toppling over. So hope it's of use to you, maybe if you have grandchildren who like to play a wee game of cards. And then you can put their wee name on the front, so they're all, they have their own when they come in. So what you need first is a piece of your chosen card, whatever colour you're going with. I'm just going with the black. I think it'll keep wee fingers in that a bit longer than white card. So this is 6 inches by 10 inches long. And then you need 3 pieces for your pockets, and they need to measure 2 inches by 7 inches. And then your DSP for covering, this is the back piece, and it will be 3 2/8 deep by 5 3/4. This one for the front is, where are we? 5 3/4 by 1 7/8. I'll have all the measurements down below anyway. And then you get slightly smaller as you go along. There's 2 pieces at the 5 3/4. They're all 5 3/4 wide. 2 pieces at 1 inch and another piece at 3/4 of an inch. And that should do to cover it. I'm going red. I just dug into all my retired stock to use it up. This one, I can't remember what it was from, a couple of years back. But it's green, and Tom is a green freak. He loves green. Sean is more into red. It's not exactly full red, but close enough. So I'm glad to get my papers used up. So take your biggest piece, and we're going to score on the long side, the 10-inch side. And we're going to score it first at 1/2 inch. And then 4 1/2. And then 8 inches. Where is it? 8 inches. And then when you have that there, just score your other pieces on the long side at 1/2 inch each. 1/2 inch each side, I should say. So you have 3 of those for your pockets. So 1/2 inch and 6 1/2. 1/2 inch and 6 1/2. And that's all your scoring done. So we're going to do a bit of burnishing. Just burn them all so that they're folding into each other. Even though we have one, just fold in. And that has made your box automatically. So that will just slip in there. And if you've scored it well, it's going to sit up for you, no problem. So you don't even have to stick it. If you think it's fallen, use paper clips or whatever, or just stick it. Maybe a sticky dot or something. But I've found they just stay. Once you have all your paper on loaded up, it just stays there. So this is your top. And we're going to start with our wee piece, the smallest piece of paper, which was 3/4 of an inch. And we'll just make sure we're getting all the pattern going the one way. So I'll actually turn it. No, I think I'll go this way. So I'm actually going to stick this one on first, just below that score line there. Ugh. And then we're going to work the others after we put our pockets in. So this is the only one, oops, sticky Mickey, that has no pocket attached to it, so we can go ahead with it. So just center it. And then we're going to get our pockets. And these, as I say, have the wee ½ inch. So you want to burnish it both in the same direction. And just do that in the mold. Now we want to add our pockets. We're going to add a pocket, and then we're going to add our DSP. So this pocket is going to sit about here. And we're going to put glue here, here, and along the bottom, not across the top. So the best way to remind yourself is to cut yourself in 2 wee slits, and you'll know that's your top part. So your glue goes on this side, and then along here. So there's my glue on. On the 2 bits, this is going to be the top of the pocket, and the glue is along the bottom. So you want to fold them in slightly, and then go into where you want this. Just go just above where you put the DSP, so it's in under the pocket. And just center that, and that gives you a nice wee start for your first pocket. And then just run it along, make sure it's sitting straight, and then press the glue along inside here where you put it along here on your 2 sides. And while that's taken, we're going to put on our wee piece of DSP, and it just needs to go there. You don't need the whole piece. If you want to use up more DSP, then cut it 3 of the bigger size if you want. But I just about made up in the scraps here for this one. So this one is 1 inch long. Again, it's really old too. It's from when the ice cream set was out. So a couple of years maybe. So just leave yourself a nice wee black line there. And then we're going to go in, make sure your pocket's taken. We're going to go in with the next pocket. Again, cut off 2 wee pieces for your top part. And then you'll know to put your glue where you haven't cut anything away. So I'll just go and glue this up and come back to you. So we're in again. This is the bottom. This is going to sit over the top. Just giving the same sort of distance again that you did for the first pack. Doesn't have to be absolutely perfect, just gauge it with your eye there. And make sure it all stays down nice and neat. Give it a rub along here. That's the part you definitely want to stick. And again, we're going to go in with our next wee piece of paper. It's the same size as the last one, 1 inch deep by 5 3/4. Just make your pattern go the same way again, and again leave the wee tiny line above the pocket. Oops, a bit much there. I'm oozing. So that's our next one. Now we've 1 more pocket to go. Again, do your wee cuts, just that wee triangle off. Same here, from your score line out a wee bit. And I'm just going to put glue in this and come straight back to you. So we're with our last one here, and it's going to go on just above this fold here, that wee fold that tucks in to hold everything in place. So just line it up. So that's just showing a wee bit of the fold. and again give it a good score. And we're just going to stick this one in place. Follow the same design. Just keep your papers nicely lined up. So that's it decorated. You can turn it around now and we're going to decorate the back of it. This is not a necessity, it's entirely up to you. I just have that extra piece of paper and I want to use it up, so take the plain look of it. Plus, if it's not too, if your paper's not too bright, they could actually keep scores or whatever. If you had a pencil, they could keep their scores, slide the pencil in between the base. You know, if they have a card, if they're counting games, who's won what. Stops all the fighting, doesn't it? So you could have their penciled marks at the back. So now we want to put Sean's name here, and I'm using Alphabet Set for this. I have it sitting out somewhere. So I'm using the solid one, and I need to go and get some red. So I'm just going with a poppy red. Not sure what colour red that is, can't remember. So the poppy red or real red, so one or the other will do. And we need 4 of these for Sean. That's a pretty deep colour, isn't it? So we want to go in with his name in black, and I'm going to go with VersaFine, so to get a good black against that because it's such a dark colour. So Sean. So we'll just stamp these in the centre. I'm going to be very bold and just set them back in and hope I remember to clean them later. S A. I'm sure my fingers are bogging now. S-A-A. I'm lucky my two of my grandsons, well, 3 of my grandsons all have easily spelt names. Not too many letters. Sean. So now we want to punch it with a wee matching punch, the best label punch. And we'll just slide them in. Goodness, you think you'd a shaggy hand, wouldn't you? I think I'll get 2 before I have to trim it. Oh my goodness, I was no good at darts or one. So now we want to add some dimensionals to the back of that. 1 should be enough for each letter. So you want to balance those in front of your wee section here, the lowest section. Make sure all your pockets are taken well. So there's the N. Just line them up and then you'll know where you want to get those 2 in the centre. Mine definitely won't be straight, but I don't think Sean will mind. So just stick those in place. And that is your wee card made. So fold that one back, flip that one up so that it slides inside that one. That should sit no problem on your desk. If it's not sitting, give it another good burnish. Really, push your sections down so they're good and tight. Things are sticking to them. And that should stay no problem. And you can see it leans slightly towards us, so you should be able to pop in your cards. And I made them so the card will go down each layer, enough to be able to see the one behind it. So all the measurements will be down below, and you can check them out on my blog if you click the link. And everything I used, well, not everything I used, because all I used was black card and the alphabet set. Everything else is retired. So great stash buster. So that's me. I'll put everything down below and I'll catch us all again soon. Bye.